I was explaining accessibility to somebody, and they passed along an anecdote that they had about a veteran who came into one of our VA facilities to check in for an appointment, and this individual had lost both of his arms in combat operations in Afghanistan. He walks up to the kiosk to check in, and of course our kiosks are touchscreen only. So in using our technology, we actually disabled this individual. That no matter what we're doing with our technology, we have to think about all of the users who are going to take advantage of this technology from the very onset.
Although patients may check into their appointments through a variety of methods, we're constantly working to improve accessibility for all we serve. Accessibility at VA. At the Department of Veterans Affairs, accessibility is about more than ensuring our veterans can physically access the spaces they need to receive care. Accessibility also means having access to digital resources. Both are part of VA's steadfast and strong commitment to ensuring access is as widely available to all as possible, regardless of ability. Just like that veteran may need special medical equipment to navigate their daily life, they may also need specialized tools or systems to access their care and benefits online. By making our websites and other digital products usable by as many people as possible, particularly those with visual, hearing, mobility, or cognitive impairments, we not only benefit those we serve, but our employees as well. Approximately 12% of the department's workforce uses assistive technology. This includes screen readers, teletype and telecommunications devices, and speech and sound input programs. No matter the percentage, everyone needs accessible materials. Accessibility is inclusivity. While accessibility is a broad, equitable approach to inclusivity, compliance is also key. Compliance refers to the legal or regulatory requirements, in this case, Section 508 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, the Plain Language Act of 2010, and VA Directive 6221 that provide guidelines for organizations of all kinds. Simply put, it's the law, and it's our responsibility. And agency-wide accessibility starts with you, the content creator.
We don't take accessibility into account at the very onset of anything that we're doing. We're creating technical debt, and that's a concept where we spend a lot of resources doing something, but we sort of take the easy way out at the beginning. It becomes much more costly in the future, whether it's from manpower standpoint, dollars, technology.
As a designer on va.gov, I have warned my colleagues that the one designer hissy fit I will throw is over accessibility. We have an obligation to make sure that everything we make for va.gov works for all veterans. Veterans are such a giving, mission-driven set of people already. And so when they participate in our user research sessions, when they help us make our software better for them, they really feel a sense of additional mission of helping fellow veterans who also have issues.
So, how can you help?
Earlier this year, we launched an accessibility guide on our OIT public-facing website. The idea behind that is to help educate employees, staff members across the organization on the fundamentals of accessibility. So we target, the predominant document types like PowerPoint and Word, with a plan to move towards adding some web information. And the idea is that eventually it will become sort of the VA standard for a simplistic way of learning about accessibility.
Our accessibility guide provides practical instructions and helpful hints for ensuring the digital content you create every day is accessible. From Word documents to emails, our guide takes you through each step of the process to ensure proper color contrast, document structure, alternative text, and more.
I'm the happy beneficiary of Martha and Steve's hard work to ensure that technology used by VA is accessible to people with disabilities. And I was thrilled to see the product that Steve and his office recently published about authoring accessible documents. I refer people to that resource all the time because everything's there. When I came to the Office of Organization Development and Engagement, I did a lot of advocacy with my teammates about accessibility. And I did a lot of teaching. As a result, every single person on my team now is totally on board with accessibility. Whenever they author a document, it's accessible. It may seem like a small thing, but it's like ripples in a pond.
By embracing inclusivity and incorporating accessibility best practices into our work, we can continue to realize our commitment to accessibility within our own teams and achieve better outcomes for our employees, and most importantly, our nation's veterans.
Whenever my teammates come to me, they don't say, "Can you do this?" They just say, "This needs to be done." And they assume that whatever the task is, it will be accessible and I'll be able to do it. Honestly, my team members forget that I'm blind because accessibility has gotten so much better.
I look at the fact that the Department of Veterans Affairs has the single largest employee population as well as customer population that has these challenges. And it is our mission, as much as it is anybody else in the government's mission, to make sure that we take into account all of our veterans so that we meet all of their needs. And as long as we're keeping that in mind, we should be having accessibility at the forefront in everything we do.
Looking to learn more about how you can contribute to accessibility in the workplace? Stay tuned for more tips on common accessibility errors and quick fixes. To learn more about our accessibility guide and our commitment to inclusion, visit https://www.oit.va.gov/accessibility.